Hey, what's up, you guys? I'm the Mighty MC, and for today's show and tell, I am going to talk to you about the Trollsky Knives Mandu. So, Trollsky Knives, there it is, the Trollsky Mandu. As far as I know, this is this company, this maker's first folding knife, first budget knife. It's a custom knife maker, and it comes in 5 variants: blue, green, red with a black coated blade, orange, and brown. All the others have this gray blade, and all the blades are D2. So that's kind of strike one. It's kind of a quirky knife, and I mostly bought it because I read wonderful things about the person behind it, and I wanted to support that. So let's go over the knife, and I'll just get a better idea of what I'm talking about. So it's OEM by Bestech. So the micarta is really nice. I picked the blue, which I usually would. I've never had bad micarta from Bestech. D2, kind of a gray washed D2 there. Flipper tab because it's a double detent. This backspacer here, and a protected lanyard post. Okay, so here's, you might consider D2 a strike. Here's the big strike one though. This pocket clip stinks. It's super tight. So you're probably not going to get it in jeans without shredding them. It's not deep carry, so that's all the farther you're really going to get it. And then it's not reversible. So the pocket clip on this one hurts because, so if I were going to carry this, honestly, which I won't because it's double detent, but I would just pop that pocket clip off and use a lanyard pull. But that's my choice. So it's a double detent, as I mentioned. And if you're familiar with double detents, you know what you're getting. If you're not, what a double detent is, I'm going to show you the blade. There's the blade, the D2 blade. It is a nice gray wash. Mine came with a lot of residue on it. I don't know why, but I got it cleaned up. So the Trollsky Knives, chili pepper logo, and D2. Focus, baby. All right, it says D2 right there. That's all the billboarding on the whole knife anywhere. So, okay, double detent. If you're not familiar with double detent, all it is, pressure to open, right? No lock, no button, nothing. Pressure to close, or almost close in that case. So pressure to open, pressure to close. That's all double detent is. So there is no lock. It's basically a slip joint. Pressure to open, pressure to close. Fun to fidget with. I have one from Artisan Cutlery, and I have one from Kaiser. Now I have this one. I don't carry any of them just because, I don't know. I'm not uncomfortable using a slip joint. My Victorinox that I carry every day is a slip joint. But as much fun as these are to fidget with, I don't know. I just don't carry them. And this one I might have carried, but that pocket clip really undoes it. So like most Bestech, the liners aren't nested. That's no big deal. It's got some weight to it, but it's got that Bestech weight, which always feels like quality to me. It does snap right open. That's not a problem. The handle is super ergonomic. It's very comfortable. The micarta is well finished everywhere. Like there's no frayed edges or anything. It's really, really nicely done micarta. Right there, I'm really gripping down, and I don't feel the pocket clip at all. So, being a double detent, one thing I wish they would have done is given us a bigger choil, because I can get my hand up under that flipper tab, and that gives me a little bit of leverage against it, but it still will tip. I have a slip joint, the Zambezi from Rosecraft Blades, and it has a really big choil, which lets me get my finger, like a big chunk of my finger in there, and then I have total control of the blade, which I don't here. And then I am the lock basically in that situation. And I wish they would have done something like that here. I honestly wish they would have just made it a lock. Thumb stud, no flipper, and a lock. This would be an EDC all day. It's a gorgeous knife. I really like the blade shape. I love the handle. Anyway. Anyway. There's no weight reduction here on the liners, so that's a thing. Like I said, it's not heavy, and I'll do a weight in a minute, but it does have like that Bestech weight to it, but like a quality weight. let's just get a quality weight on it instead of me just saying it over and over, right? Okay. 335. That's not bad at all. Like I said, it doesn't feel heavy. The pocket clip is just brutal, man. That thing stinks. So another problem is it's like $80. It's $70, but right now it's only available on Blade HQ, which means you pay tax and shipping. So in reality, it's $80, and I just don't know that that's there. Let's do some size comparisons here. This is the QSP Penguin. If you don't have a Penguin, get a damn Penguin. For reference, you can get a slip joint Penguin in 14C28N for $64, I think. So $16 cheaper right off the bat, 20%. Anyway, so as you can see, they're very similar in size, completely different knives. But next up, I consider this the perfect EDC size for me. This is the Spyderco Native 5 Salt. Again, very similar on both sides, just similar in blade length, similar in handle. So it's a really good EDC size, which makes it even more disappointing. Next, the Ontario Rat Model 1, which is, of course, considerably bigger. The handle's bigger, the blade's bigger, everything's bigger in Ontario or China, wherever they're made now. Doesn't matter. So, I'll wrap this up for you guys. This is the Trollsky Knives Mandu. I like the knife a lot. I really wish it would have just been a liner lock or an axis lock, because I think the profile is awesome. I like the blade. I love the handle. The handle is just perfect. Let's see if it's sharp, though, before I say anything else. Give it a go here on the sin cut, whatever this is. Yeah, it's sharp. It's really sharp, actually. That was nice. That's one of the sharper. I can't back that up. One of the sharper knives I've had come like that was me. But that is just effortless cutting. That's beautiful. So it is super sharp. They did a good job there. And again, that's something with Bestech. I don't always love Bestech. A lot of it's their loyalty to D2, but it's really sharp, you guys. It came with a really nice edge on it. So no complaints there. So let's wrap this up. The Trollsky Knives Mandu, D2, I'm okay with it. I wish it would have been 14C28N. The pocket clip is brutal on this thing. Shoots a pretty good knife in the foot. I honestly would probably just take it off and use a lanyard pull. I think this is too big to really carry a slip for me anyway. And the flipper tab wouldn't be real conducive to that. I'd be afraid, pushing it in and out of the slip would. Anyway, the double detent, I mean, it's kind of a novelty. It's kind of cool, but I just don't end up carrying them. Tell me if you do, though. And it's kind of a shame. I hope they re-release this, and I hope they go with 14C28N and they put a lock on it. And I don't care if it's a button lock, I don't care if it's a liner lock, an axis lock, not a lock back. But just about any other lock would be fine, because the knife itself is good. The blade shape is awesome. It's got that nice little swedge on the back of it. It's super, super slicey. It's thin enough. It's not real thick. They did a nice job with the jimping. The handle, man, the handle is just money in the bank. This is one of the nicest handles I've had my hands on. So, $80, you can do better. I'm a knife experiencer. I'm not always looking for the best bang for my buck, so that's why I went for it. If you are looking for bang for your buck, this is not it. That's just honesty. If you love double detents, you'll probably love this. If you're okay with that pocket clip, everything else is fine. Remember, it is D2, so if you're not fine with that. But I think the main thing here is that double detent. And if it weren't that, and they just fix a couple little things, that pocket clip and that double detent, I think you'd be in really, really good shape with this knife. So anyways, you guys, it is good. I just think it could be better. and I think it's kind of pricey for what it is. That's just how I feel. Okay, I'm the Mighty MC. This is the Trollsky Knives Mandu. I have a bunch of knives to review. I've been slacking my butt off, but I'm going to get better. I still have this thing that I owe you guys, the Sativian ST160. And, oh man, what do I have? I have the Concept Loki. I have the Waden from Artisan Cutlery. I went wild over the holidays, and I told my wife they were all raffle prizes. So, anyway, that's between you and me. You guys have a fantastic night. I'm the Mighty MC. Trollsky Mandu, you guys. I'll talk to you soon.